IPMNation.com.
All Natural Being. Warning, All Natural Being with Brian Brawdy is designed to shake your sense of self to the core.
It's full contact psychology with an empowering twist, a philosophical loofah for your soul.
For those of you not ready or comfortable releasing your inner superhuman, listener discretion is advised.
Here's your host,
Brian Brawdy.
Welcome to All Natural Being. I'm Brian Brawdy. The transition's still killing me. I guess I should be careful having said that, but the transition, it still stumps me. So no, this is not a financial report. If this is what you were tuning in for, this is not the financial report. It is All Natural Being. And it's a Tuesday, 11 a.m. Eastern, which means that I'm back Tuesdays and Thursdays. All Natural Being is back Tuesdays and Thursdays live at 11 a.m. Central Time. And I also wanted a quick shout out to the people that said that, hey, we're not doing anything more on our podcasts. Apparently, we had to refresh the page. So our crack team back at IPM Nation is on it. It's already refreshed. So if you're not listening live, or you go, oh, I need to pick up the podcast of that particular show, you can, of course, go to IPMNation.com, and I think there's a library there, or I know there's a library there where you're able to hear it. You can also go to iTunes now, and it's been refreshed, so we're set, and we're ready to go. So, a little bit of business out of the way first. Welcome to All Natural Being. As I said, I'm Brian Brawdy. We are live, 331-684-7685, 331-684, SOUL. If you want to send us a text with some questions or some thoughts or some ideas, today's a very exciting day. And I want to make mention of the fact that Thursday will be a tape show. Not only is it Thanksgiving here in the States, but it's my oldest son's birthday. So we'll be celebrating both of those big days here in the United States. Well, maybe not here in the United States, but at least in the Brawdy household. We'll be, and a couple other households that I can think of, we'll be celebrating his birthday and Thanksgiving. So I wish you all a happy Thanksgiving. I'll do that at the end of the show, but I just wanted to let you know that this coming Thursday will be a taped version of the show so that we can celebrate, as it were. So, let me see. What will we talk about today? Ooh, first things first. Was out for a walk this morning. I start every day, right? I start out in front of the mirror. And hello, Patricia. I'm getting a text all the way already. Thank you very much. Good morning to you as well. Thank you for listening. So I start out every morning, with a little bit of a walk. The nurses said that after the brain surgery, I'm supposed to keep it 100 beats a minute, but they didn't tell me how many miles I was supposed to keep it at under 100 beats a minute. So I'm out and about, out the door, ready to go. So this morning, I see some graffiti sprayed. Somebody's down in the dumps. So I thought I would just mention quickly the theme of today's 30 Minutes Together, and although I'm sticking to my 10-minute schedules pretty religiously, here is the theme for today. It's mammal up, right? Mammal up. Grow some thick skin. Don't kneel. So I saw this graffiti on my walk this morning, and the word was apoplectic. And I thought to myself, well, I'm surprised that they even spelled it right, but they're apoplectic with everything that's going on in the world today. Oh, they can't believe it. I've seen people that are devastated. Oh, it killed me. Oh, all these other things of late. People come on and they go, all these different terms that mean that, like, they died, right? It's like death. Like, oh, can you believe the way that this turned out? I'm just apoplectic about where this country is headed. I didn't vote, but I'm still apoplectic. And I thought, do they even know what that term means? Any of these people bantering the term around, do they know what it means? Do they know what it means to literally be faced with death and go, oh, it just killed me? So what I would suggest today is for you and I, not for everybody else, all the ivory towers, all the people with their big degrees, all upset about the way everything's going in life, when in fact they still have a life. So today's show is about mammal up. Big bang, big breath, you decide the divine, however you define it. We're all mammals. So what do you say we grow some thick skin and start acting like the mammals that we are? Oh, they said some things that were very hurtful to me. Oh, please. So we've come to a stage in our career. No wonder Stephen Hawking the other day says that humanity's only got 1,000 years to live. He's done the math. He's done the, all the calculations, and only got 1,000 years before we're out of here, before we're wiped out. And he has a whole host of reasons why. Well, for the rest of us, how about we mammal up? For the rest of us that aren't going to just sit back and let fate dictate what happens, how about we mammal up? How about we remember who we are? And we develop a skin so that the words of another human being, they bounce right off us. Because that inner superhuman, that part of you where you and the divine are one, however you define it, you're untouchable. You're unstoppable. You're unbreakable. So the next time you want to spray paint that you're apoplectic with the way America's going today, 1, make sure you vote. 2, if you're really apoplectic, if you're really prone to having a stroke, at least know what the word means before you use it. For the rest of us, our all-natural being, we have a skin thick enough. We've already mammaled up. We already remember who we are at our core. We talk about blood. What's the song? Blood, sweat, and tears. How about your heart, your soul, and your head? How about dovetailing all three? And then we remember who we ultimately are. Everyone's worried about, let's be so, well, that's not very PC of you. That's not very politically correct. And then you got to be kidding me. You look at all these people. So now we have not diaper wipes, not diapers, but diaper pins. If you're feeling down, there's some little spaces for cocoa, some nice cushy pillows, some other things that you can use in case life here in the labyrinth is too tough. We need some safe spaces. Well, you're not going to find it here at All Natural Being because you are your own safe space. You are your own safe space. But you don't want to recognize that. If you dovetail your heart, your head, your heart, and your soul, you make sure that all three of them are moving in the same direction. You've tapped into your all-natural being. You are that superhuman. You are that metahuman. We're not worried about the ecosystem. We're not worried about what goes on around us because we know that everything that goes on around us serves us. Now, the ego doesn't believe that. We've talked about it before. So what do you say we mammal up? Human beings, they weren't built with teeth and with fur and with claws. Oh, please. We're all so thin-skinned. Not us, of course. Apparently, it takes my brain a little while to catch up. It's only been a couple months, right? But that's okay. I'm dealing with it. Fate. I thought about it this morning on the walk. Fate. Gonna have to find a better way of knocking me off course than a brain tumor. How about you? How about your philosophical tumors? How about you and I develop an ego shield? We continue to work on our thin skin to make it thicker and thicker so people can say what they want. People can do what they want. I start off in the mornings before I go to the walk, I go in the mirror, and some days, I'm aching or I'm tired of this, and I look at the mirror and I go, Muffin, are you okay? Cupcake, are you sure you're going to make it out the door? Then I go, wake up already, jackass. Of course I'm going to make it out the door. Now, I don't know how many more days that I have left. Few years, I hope. Few decades, I hope. Celebrating my 49th birthday a handful of times. Hope I have a few years left. But there are mornings Talk about inner orienteering, which we're going to hop into after the break. There are mornings when we go, hey, Muffin, are you okay? Sure we are, because we're going to mammal up. Thin skin. Let everyone else running around, spray painting, protesting, hollering, screaming, having their hot little cup of cocoa with their safety pin on their shirt. How thin-skinned do you actually have to be?
IPMNation.com.
Ha 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 ha, snuck that one in on you. For those of you listening, that's 10 minutes. That means you have to put up with me for another 20-minute victory. So let's talk about inner orienteering. It's great this week, especially with Thanksgiving coming up. So how are we going to do some inner orienteering for the holidays? And I can tell you, as my days as a cop, Thanksgiving, they might have family come back, but that doesn't mean the family gets along. I'm sure it's okay with yours, but with everyone else's, they're like, you have got to be kidding me. So how are you and I going to do some inner orienteering for the holidays? One, we can be thankful that we're here. You want to talk about mammal up. You want to talk about a thick skin. We can be thankful that you and I have seen the sunrise, the cloudy day, the rain, the snow, whatever it is, at least you and I are still here. We can be thankful for that. Another part of inner orienteering is there's a reason why some of these people you don't see but once a year. Or let's say you bump into a coworker, you bump into somebody that's out, you bump into whoever, and they're a little more ego than you and I are. Quick to tell you about everything, tell you about this, tell you about that. So how do we inner orienteer? Well, we steer clear of the people. Hi, how are you? Nice to see you. Glad everything's going good. Oh, I remember a friend of mine telling me just not too long ago about going to a wedding. And all this person wanted to do was sit next to her at the wedding, talk about how crappy her life was. So inner orienteering is just like we would, Donkey Kong? Or, like Pac-Man, right? You move the joystick and you go, whoa, here he or she is, I think. Then I'll go to the left, I'll go to the right. Right? It's those thoughts that we have, or the people that present themselves, and we go, I think I'll kind of maneuver around this one. I'm here in the labyrinth, ups and downs, lefts, rights, pivots, swerves. So you and I take it as it comes. We're thankful that we're still here to be taking it, that we've mammaled up, that our thick skin gets us through anything. People say, that person, always gets my goat. Well, don't leave your goat out there. Oh, that person, I can tell you, Then don't be disgusted. Don't put yourself out there. Inner orienteering, whether it's a philosophical tumor or it's an insufferable person, you all got them on your list. You know what I'm talking about. And you go, oh, okay, great. I think I'll listen with open ears. I want to share with you, in case they happen to listen to another podcast of this show. This person, of all people, should know that we're live at 10 o'clock doing a 10 o'clock show. They should know this person calling right now. So we'll let them go. We'll tease them later. We'll inner orienteer right around them. And that's what we do for the holidays. No matter what the incoming call. Look, if we don't take the call, then we don't take the call. So for you and I, when we have to put up with these people, we have to sit at the table, or we're out and about and we meet these different people, or we see people that we haven't seen in a while, whatever it is, the orienteering around that insufferable opinion, we know who we are. We're thankful that we're here. We're superhumans. We've been dropped in the labyrinth of life. Think about it. We are here in the garden of the mortals. And there's no one or no thing that's going to derail us. So how do we go through the holidays? With our head held high. I can't resist. I have to send a quick text going, hey, on air. Just to let them know. What will happen is they'll swear afterwards. Oh, well, I listened to the show. Oh, okay. Good to know. 331-684-7685 is the other number. 331-684-SOUL. Never fears. So how do we do it? Inner orienteering. We move around it. No matter what happens to us, we go, oh, I'm glad to be here. I'm a superhuman. I don't have to put up with this. And then we move around that person. That's how we do inner orienteering for the holidays. So we remember who we are. We're conscious that it's the confluence of events, that is those things that happen around us that come in only if we let them in. Only if we let them in. So you and I, with thick skin, we don't have that anymore. We already know we're a badass. We already know we're a superhuman. Now, it may be some time since we remembered who we ultimately are, not who we, all the baubles, all the trinkets, all the things that are on the outside, all the things the ego goes, oh, whoa, it's me. You better believe it. No, none of those things. We decide in the moment the definition of insufferable. And if we have a thick skin, the skin that we were born with, not all the stuff. You know, we were talking the other day about, what's the best thing you could do with a little kid? Now, I say leave him outside overnight. I'm just teasing. All the moms calling. Right? But you got to have the little ones fend for themselves. They don't get a trophy for everything. They don't give a ribbon for everything. You don't get your black belt in martial arts. Oh, but I don't want to do any fighting. I would like the black belt. Then do Tai Chi. But don't do karate. Don't do kung fu. Don't do a martial art that really means mixing it up with another human being. Then you get that black belt and go, oh, well, we don't believe in fighting. And then take up knitting. Right? We've developed an entire generation. Really? Really? They're so worried about what everyone else thinks about them. They're so worried about who they are in terms of other people's opinions of them that they've forgotten who they ultimately are. And I would suggest that when you remember who you ultimately are, there's no hurdle you can't eclipse. But we do it day in and day out. And there are times. Now, do we do this 24 hours a day? No. There's some weak moments. So what can we do for the holidays? We can get off our own back, first off, and go, look, from time to time, I forget who I ultimately am. I forget who I ultimately am from time to time. People say, oh, I'm enlightened. Happens to me all the, don't worry, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, I'm enlightened. I would run from them as fast as you possibly could. Right? The key to all natural being. The key to mammal up. You were put here in the garden of the mortals for a reason. So what's that reason? We find it, sometimes we forget it, it's okay. We get off our own back. We get back up bigger, faster, smarter, stronger than we were before. That's okay. Is what it is. We stumble, so what? We get back up. We don't stay down for anybody. And we most certainly don't stay down for fate. We don't stay down for what's politically correct. If you and I use a term, if you and I are the target of a term, we don't accept it, it goes right by us. So let people say what they want. Free speech, I'm all over it. Say whatever you want. But you and I don't have to fall for it. You and I don't have to be susceptible to it. Let them say what they want. Inner orienteering is to take everything as it comes to you and try to figure out how to move through the labyrinth of life. Because when you and I plan, when you and I decide this is the way it's going to go and I'm not going to deviate from this no matter what, we get in trouble. Fate's got a different idea. But our destiny is for us to remember the inner superhuman, to mammal up. And if we don't do that, and we're susceptible, then we're susceptible. We'll be right back after this break.
You're listening to All Natural Being with Brian Brawdy. How much longer will you let them hijack your head and your heart?
That's the question. How much longer? So with the holiday coming up, you want to really be thankful for something? Quickly, the things that I'm thankful for, obviously being about a golf ball size lighter, whatever that is. I'm very, very thankful to still be here. How about you? What are you thankful for? Are you thankful for your inner superhuman? Are you thankful for who you are? Is it absolutely the way we want our life to be? No. But we get back up. We get back up each and every time because that's what it means to have been dropped in the garden of the mammals. So you could head over to mammalup.com. It's going to transfer you to Brian Brawdy. Because to be in the garden of the mortals is to be in the garden of the mammals. So what are we going to do? You and I going to take it? No. We're going to tap into that all-natural being. And that's what this show is all about. 331-684-7685, 331-684-SOUL. You can tell me what you're thankful for. Or you can reach me at brianbrawdy.com. Hey, we had huge numbers the other day, I was told, on Facebook. I'm very thankful for that. Thank you very much. You can reach us out there. Official, Brian Brawdy Official, I think, is our Facebook page. Also, Twitter, Brian Brawdy. You can reach us at allnaturalbeing.com. Because the goal of the show always is to remember who you are. To remember who you are. I want to say hello to Oliver. I want to say hello to Patricia. I want to say hello to Sue. All the people that have texted me throughout the show. When you and I stop for just a moment to be thankful for the fact that we're still here, then let the jackasses in our life, let them say whatever they want, right? Let them do whatever they want. There's everything now. Everyone wants to be a badass. I'm a huge fan of just, okay, I'm me. And then I have a small group of friends, all natural beings, as it were. Inner superhumans, as it were. And everyone else is a jackass. So you and I, in terms of inner orienteering, how are we going to get through that? We get through it by remembering who we are at our core, at our heart, at our soul. And when we dovetail those three, you're right. How much longer are you going to let them in? Then don't. I'm not saying be rude. I'm not saying be condescending. I know I make jokes about people that went to Harvard. Pretty sure when they find the graffiti artist, he or she went to Harvard. Right? Just kidding. Let me say this. My sole goal every 30 minutes is to be offensive. Because only the offendable can be offended. Right? So it's either, oh, that's a horrible show. That's so offensive. The last thing he is politically correct. You're welcome. This show is for you. If it makes you laugh because your all-natural being is such that you can handle being called a dope, and then go, well, you know what? There's sometimes I act pretty dopey. I know I do. Then this show is for you as well. So think about it. I've just gotten a text right now that says we can be used or abused, or we can be ourselves. Now, I'm not saying, I've never suggested that we go and we sit in this one and then we go, okay, here's what we're going to do. We're going to let someone walk all over us. No, I'm not saying that. But inner orienteering is about removing yourself or removing that person from the mix. Because at your core, you remember what you're ultimately capable of. You may not be at that particular place in all of life now. So what? Be thankful that you're still here to try it. And you'll take Wednesday off. Thursday's Thanksgiving, Friday, all the lines and shopping. Then you got the weekend. Then it's time, okay, all natural being. Because when we remember who we ultimately are, then everyone around us has to dovetail with us because fate has to dovetail with us. Fate will do what it can. Fate will do what it can to derail you, but then we don't let it. So for the people that feel the need for the diaper pins and the hot cocoa and the sit-ins and the soft pillows and all the rest of this, my hope on this Thanksgiving Day is that you remember who you ultimately are. Again, that you mammal up. Give me a text. Stop on over to BrawdyBrawdy.com. Stop on over to All Natural Being. I'll give you a healthy dose of who you are. And all these other people. Suppose we go through life and that we say, we've always let that person give us a hard time at Thanksgiving. Well, this Thanksgiving, it's totally different. We're not going to do it anymore. Does that mean, okay, so let me ask you this. How do we stand up for ourselves? Well, we're going to square our shoulders. We're going to make sure. We go, no, we're not. We go with a smile on our face. And we go, I'm good. I'll see you later. I'll go over. Check a football score. See what's going on. I'm not suggesting that you and I, in any way, stand up. Except on the inside. Of course, we stand up for ourselves physically. But we stand up on the inside. That's what inner orienteering is all about. There's nothing you can do about the jackasses in the world. Nothing. There's nothing you and I can do but smile and laugh. They're pretty funny when you think about it. When you and I mammal up, there isn't a jackass out there that's going to get a hold of us. It's going to give us a hard time. They can try as they may. Fate tries as it must every day. But you want to be a spiritual survival expert? Spiritual self-defense expert? That's the key. Inner orienteering. So specifically, how do we do it? Breathe in. Exhale. Scan the horizon. And then take action. Just got a text, 331-684-7685. I got a quick test. We aren't celebrating Thanksgiving. I don't know why. They didn't say. But I wish you the best. However it is that you decide. I don't know why you wouldn't celebrate Thanksgiving every day of the year, so I'm kind of with you in that regard. If you're like, hey, I'm not celebrating Thanksgiving Day because Thanksgiving is like every day of the year for me, then I am definitely with you. Hello to Angie. Bashi, hello as well. So this particular Thanksgiving, maybe the text is like, well, we're not celebrating Thanksgiving on this particular day. Then great. 365, what is it? 365 and a quarter, 365 and a half days a year. Leap year, right? Quarter. When you're thankful every moment, your 20-minute victories, what am I going to do right now for the next 20 minutes to move me and my family, my friends, the people that I hang with, the other all-natural beings in my life? What am I going to do to face the day with a smile on my face? So before we get ready to go, remember that this Thanksgiving, you're at least still here. So what are you going to do about it? What are you going to be truly thankful for? If you're listening to the sound of my voice, whether you're listening live or whether you hear it on podcast, when you're listening, you can be thankful for the fact, as I am, that you're here. All natural being. All right, we got to get ready to go. Let's see. I promised that I would be out of here. Ooh, I have a minute left. So to get out of here on time, I've got to be able to say to everyone here in the States, have a great Thanksgiving. If you don't celebrate Thanksgiving in the traditional sense in other parts of the world, I absolutely understand. Then just be thankful for the things that you've already been given. However you define the divine, Big Bang or Big Breath, Elohim or evolution, Garden of Eden or Savannas of Africa. I don't give a crap. You should. I don't. I'm too busy worrying about me. Right? I'm too busy deciding what fate's going to do in this moment and how I'm going to inner orienteer around it. Same with you. However you define the divine, be thankful for the fact that you're still here. And that's how you can celebrate Thanksgiving. All right, got to run. Have a happy Thanksgiving, everybody. I love you guys. Peace out, and I'll talk to you next Tuesday. Oh, a week from today. Look at that. All right, have a fantastic Thanksgiving wherever you are around the world. Be thankful, if nothing else, for who you ultimately are, your all-natural being. Got to get out of here. Love you guys.
You've been listening to All Natural Being with Brian Brawdy.
Join us live every Monday through Friday, 7 to 8 a.m. Eastern.
Also, check us out around the clock at allnaturalbeing.com.
Until then, always remember to bring your own bold.
All right, so here's the thing. I guess the minute that I'm over is like the closing. So I should wrap it up a minute early. All right, we're going to get out of here. Be thankful for who you already are. Talk to you soon.
IPMNation.com.